Hi, my name is Iris, and till I was 10 years old, I had a perfectly normal childhood with perfectly normal parents. Then one day, Mom suddenly decided to become religious, and she went completely insane. Suddenly, I wasn't allowed to read anything with the word magic in it, so I snuck Harry Potter books from the library and hid them under my pillows. But one day in the 6th grade, I came home to find Mom lighting up a fire, and to my horror, I saw my books on the ground. I told you I don't want you reading these devilish scripts. Come here and throw them in the fire. Are you crazy, Mom? I'm not burning them. Then I'll just have to save your soul. And with that, she shoved them all into the fire. I had to use all my saved up allowance to buy new ones for the library. But in the 7th grade, Mom went completely nuts. Dad had taken us for a party at his boss's house, and sometime later, I noticed that Mom wasn't in the room. I went looking for her and found her in the study, slashing a painting with a paper cutter. Mom, what are you doing? This painting is evil. I can feel the devil's presence in it. It turned out that the evil painting was worth a fortune. Not only did Dad get fired, he also got sued. He said he couldn't stand Mom any longer and left for good. I was furious at Mom, but I couldn't be for too long because the next day she announced that she was pregnant. Dad was unreachable, so I was all she had now. And 8 months later, it was me calling 911 when she went into labor. At the hospital, Mom threw a huge tantrum because there were no female doctors available. There's no way a male doctor is touching me. I made a vow to God. Get me a woman, or I'm keeping this baby inside. Just then, a handsome young doctor walked in, and Mom screamed, "I'll take him!" She made me reapply her lipstick before I was shoved out of the room. Mom was acting weird. Mom gave birth to a baby girl, and I fell in love with her instantly. She's beautiful, isn't she? Yeah, he's an angel. Oh, you're talking about the baby. Well, she looks like a boiled potato. Mom got busy again with her church meetings, and I became Maddie's babysitter after school. But I adored her and didn't mind at all. One night, as I was tucking her into bed, Maddie said sleepily, "Can you tell me a story of ghosts and witches on flying broomsticks?" Shh! Where did you learn about that, Maddie? I saw a cartoon on TV. It was so funny. I wish I could fly. I love magic things. And with that, she dozed off. But I was still thinking about what she'd said. I loved reading the Harry Potter books as a kid. Only a crazy person wouldn't. I sat down and started writing a story I'd had in my head since forever. On the first day of high school, a cute boy came and sat next to me during recess. "I'm Lori. Want to see something really cool?" And then he started wiggling his ears. For the next hour, he kept talking about how he gave ear-wiggling lessons on his YouTube channel, Learn Useless Talents. And just like that, I'd made a new friend. He started coming over to play video games when Mom was away. One time, she came back home earlier than I'd thought, and poor Lori had to hide for 2 hours before he could leave. Mom would have gone nuts if she'd found a boy at home. One evening, I had dinner plans with Lori, but I couldn't find a babysitter, so I took Maddie with me. As she sat in her high chair, she suddenly pointed to someone. "Look, Mommy!" I turned around to see a couple at a table, and I laughed. "That's not your mommy, silly. It's my mommy." I turned again, and this time, I saw the woman's face clearly. What the heck? That leggy woman feeding some guys strawberries was Mom. "Oh, you know that guy with her? He's our chemistry teacher." After putting Maddie to bed that night, I waited up for Mom. She jumped out of her skin when she saw me. "Holy piece Why are you still up, Iris?" "Mom, take off your coat." "What? Why are you acting so weird?" "I said, take off your coat. Don't use that tone with me. The Lord hates rude children. Now go to bed. He also hates liars." And with that, I started pulling off her coat. She pushed me away, and we landed in a heap on the ground. "You were on a date with my teacher. I saw you. So you just lie about going to church, neglect your kids, and go on dates instead? You're such a hypocrite, Mom. How dare you accuse me?" Just then, Maddie walked in and stared at us. "Mommy, you look mad. like the evil witch from the book. Remember, Iris? The what? I was grounded for a week for reading such books again. But if Mom thought I was buying her lies, she was so wrong. I was going to catch her again, and this time, I was going to take pictures. 2 nights later, as I was scribbling away my story, I heard a sharp tap on my window. It was Laurie, and I let him in. It's been 2 days since I last saw you, and I was going crazy. Look what I got you. I nearly screamed when I saw his gift. It was a brain in a jar with a tag, "You've been on my mind." Laurie, what are you saying? I'm saying, I think I'm in love with you, Iris. And then he kissed me. Laurie, I thought we were just friends. I had no idea you felt this way. Are you freaking kidding me? I hid for hours from your whack job mom. You brought your bratty sister on our date, and I didn't say anything. Why would I put up with your crazy family if I didn't love you? Because we're friends. I didn't even know that it was a date. And my sister isn't bratty. I think you should just leave now. But before he could, the door suddenly flew open and Mom barged in. She chased Laurie out the window with a broom. You shameless child. As soon as you graduate high school, I'm sending you to a convent to become a nun. Now take these beads and pray for forgiveness. I haven't done anything wrong, so no thank you. Please get out of my room, Mom. What a crazy night. I felt bad about the way I'd left things with Laurie, so when I went back to school, I looked for him everywhere. I finally found him in the cafeteria with a girl in his lap. There was a group of kids around them, and they were all watching something on their phones. Hey, Laurie, can we talk? No, you can't talk to him, witch. But he was just telling us that the woman in this video is your mom? I stared at the phone, horrified. It was a video of Mom and the chemistry teacher, and a woman was attacking them while screaming, "You stole my husband, and you're such a cheater!" Some students saw this crazy drama at the restaurant last night and recorded it. Gosh, it must be so embarrassing to have a mom like that. Yeah, look what your mom is up to, and you're not even allowed to have a boyfriend. I'm so happy I came to my senses. And now, I'm with my future wife. As the two started kissing loudly, I threw a glass of juice at their faces. You're only with this girl because I rejected you, loser. And I'm glad you're out of my life because you're a terrible friend. And with that, I stormed off. As if things weren't bad enough, the chemistry teacher burst into tears during class and went down on his knees.
Iris, can I please come live with you and your mom? My wife kicked me out and I'm homeless. I'll do all your homework, I promise.
Mom was ruining my life. When I went home that day to confront her, I found her in the study. You want to explain what happened at your date last night, Mom? She turned around, looking half crazy. I'm your mother. I don't have to explain anything to you. But do you want to explain why you've been writing this nonsense under my roof? To my horror, I saw a pile of shredded paper on the table behind her. Mom, did you just shred my novel? I've been working on it for 2 years. I don't have another copy. I'm sending you to a Catholic boarding school. I wash my hands of you. Right back at you, Mom. God, you're crazy. I'll be happy to go far away from you. But there was no way I was going to some boarding school. I had to run away from there, and I was going to take Maddie with me. One evening when Mom wasn't home, I sneaked into her room and started searching the drawers for any money I could find. Suddenly, I came across a paper under her clothes, and when I read it, I was shook. It was Maddie's birth certificate, and the father's name was not my father's name. Oh my God, my dad wasn't Maddie's dad. I delayed my plans to run away and decided to look for Maddie's father. I searched for him online, and it turned out that he was some millionaire businessman. I made an appointment with his secretary, pretending to be a journalist who wanted to write an article on him. Maddie's dad welcomed me into his office, but his smile vanished when I dropped the truth bomb on him. I showed him Mom's picture and Maddie's birth certificate, and it looked like he was having a stroke.
This woman, your mom, she used to work for me as a secretary a long time ago, but she just disappeared. I had no idea she was married or that I had a kid.
He asked if he could meet Maddie, and I invited him to our house. When he came the next evening, his eyes teared up when he saw her. Maddie, this nice guy's your dad. Go say hello, sweetie. As she sat down next to him and gave her some gifts he'd brought, Mom walked in, and when she saw him, she turned paper white. What are you doing here? I found him, Mom. Maddie deserves to know her dad, and he deserved to know about her. But you don't care about anyone, do you? Maddie's dad got up.
You've kept her from me all this time, but now I want my daughter to come live with me. I wasn't a very rich man when we met, but I'm a millionaire now, and I can give her an amazing life.
A millionaire? Oh, darling, I'm single, and I'll be...
Just Maddie, please.
Mom agreed to let Maddie go with her dad, but for a monthly allowance. It was breaking my heart inside that Maddie would leave, but I was really happy for her. I bent down next to her. You'll go live with your dad now, but I'll come see you every week. No, you come with me. Maddie's dad was more than happy to have me too, and I was overjoyed. As we were leaving, I turned back to Mom. You haven't been a really good mom to either of us, but I want you to know I forgive you. Oh, and a question before I leave. Is Dad my real dad? She looked straight into my eyes, and with a cold tone, she whispered, no. I attacked her. You psycho, crazy woman! Maddie's dad pulled me away, and to him I said, just take me away. Now Maddie and I are living our best life. I've also started writing my zombie novel again, and I'm sure it's going to be a bestseller one day.
Hi, my name is Laurel, and my dad's a famous Hollywood star and a crazy one. Even though he gave me everything a little girl could dream of, there was something I wanted more than anything else in the world. But be careful what you wish for, because I got what I wanted, and things got really crazy. But before all that, I have good news for you. My Story Animated will give $1,000 to one lucky person who subscribes in the next 7 days. Tell your friends, your sister, brother, and mom to subscribe now. On my 5th birthday, when Dad asked me what I wanted for a present, I said I wanted a mommy.
What? Who taught you the M word?
Dad, I'm 5, not stupid. Everyone has a mommy. All I have is this stupid necklace.
But I'm your mom. I've looked after you ever since you were a baby. Why do you want a mom when I'm your dad? How about I take you to Disneyland instead?
I want a mommy.
You're being ridiculous. Besides, I don't even know who your mommy is.
What do you mean, Daddy?
I dated a bunch of women at the same time. I really don't know who the mother is. I just found you at my door one day. But I had the DNA test, and you are for sure my own daughter.
I didn't really understand what he was saying, but after that day, he started distracting me with the craziest trips and presents so that I'd forget all about the M word. As if. On Mother's Day, the kindergarten teacher told everyone to make cards for their moms. Well, hello? How rude. I don't have one. But I didn't let it bother me and decided to make a poster instead. Mom wanted for cute daughter a famous actor. My teacher thought it was really funny, so when I went home, I told my social media manager to post a picture of it on my Insta account. The next day, I woke up to Dad yelling,
Laurel! Why are there women outside with CVs to be my wife?
I ran to the window, and sure enough, there was a whole crowd of women outside the house. Dad had to call in security to get rid of them. He was really mad about my little stunt. But the next day, when I came home from school, Dad was sitting with a very pretty woman. As soon as she saw me, she threw her arms around me and started to cry. Who are you?
I'm your mom, of course. I'm so sorry I left you. You don't even recognize your own mother now.
I suddenly felt overwhelmed with emotions and hugged her back. Are you really my mommy? Where were you? I missed you so much. Even wear your necklace every day.
Oh, darling. I saw your ad and I just couldn't stay away from you anymore.
Dad told me Mom was his girlfriend when he started acting right after college. She'd been too poor to keep me, so she left me with him. But now she was back. Over the next few months, I was busy making up for all the time I'd lost with Mom. Since Mom was a struggling actress, we spent a lot of time watching movies and playing dress-up. But then things started to change. Dad helped Mom get a movie, and then another, and soon enough, she was too busy for me. But then one day when I was in the 4th grade, she forgot to pick me up. Again. And I felt really mad. I was about to walk back home in the rain when someone stopped me. Where's your mom, sweetie? I looked up. It was Miss Maisel. She had started teaching here just recently and was the prettiest teacher in the world. I don't know. She forgot to pick me up. Again. When we called Mom, her secretary said,
"We're on our way to the Bahamas for an important shoot. Ask your teacher to drop you."
When Miss Maisel dropped me at my door, I told her to wait and meet my dad. He'll give you his autograph. And if you're lucky, maybe a kiss too. But when I came back with Dad, she was gone. That night, I stayed up making a thank you card for her. But when I went to school the next day, the other teacher said she had moved. I was bummed the whole day at school. But when I got home, I had the craziest surprise waiting for me. I could hear yelling and screaming from inside the house. "No, you witch! You're a liar! Takes one to know one!" I rushed in to find Mom and Dad fighting while a woman sat in the corner crying. The minute she saw me, she jumped up and hugged me. "My baby! Look at her, all grown up now!" I tried to push her away, but she just clung to me and started bawling. "I'm your mama. Believe me, she's lying. You remember me, don't you?" Both my moms started fighting, and I ran up to Dad. "What's going on? Who's that? And why is she calling herself my mom?" Dad said this was his college girlfriend and first true love, but they'd broken up just before he started dating my actress mom. "Darling, tell her to get out. You know I'm Laurel's mom." "Oh, please, it's me. Remember the love we had?" Dad turned red and looked dazed and threw up his hands.
"I don't care. You both stay. Let Laurel pick her mom. I already have a girlfriend."
With that, he barged out of the room and both the women turned to me with blazing eyes. I gulped and stepped back. Uh-oh. For the next few days, I was super confused. I had not one, but two mothers, and they were both determined to show me who loved me more. I suggested to take the DNA test, but Dad refused and said,
"Well, your mom is the one who loves you more."
I started to feel that my dad was crazy and he was enjoying this, and things got really crazier. Every morning, I'd wake up to not one, but two amazing breakfasts. My new mom owned a salon and whisked me off to manicures and makeovers, which made my old mom feel really insecure. So she was now taking me out to fancy cafes and shopping sprees. I was loving all this mom-daughter time. One day, when I was in the 7th grade, my old mom came to me and asked if I wanted to play dress-up with her. "Mom, I'm not 4 anymore. I'm 13.
"Yeah, you're right. How about we go to one of my parties?"
"Are you for real?" "Yes." "Abso-freaking-lutely not. My daughter is not going to go to some adult party." "What? No, I'm going with my mom. I am your mom."
"No, you're not. I am."
Before I knew it, they were at each other's throats again. "Gosh, will you two just stop? I'm getting really tired of this." I stormed off to my room and slammed the door. But on my very first day of high school, I saw someone I thought I'd never see again. Miss Maisel. I ran up to her, almost afraid she'd have forgotten me. But the minute she saw me, she hugged me tight. "You just left. I thought I'd never see you again." "Well, I'm back. And now you'll see me every day because I'm your principal." I don't know who says high school sucks, but mine had just started out pretty great. I was friends with the principal already. Everybody in class seemed to be really friendly too, especially the boys. By the end of the day, I'd been asked out by the captain of the swim team, Brad, and I wasn't complaining. I started spending a lot of my free time with Miss Maisel in her office, and she would sometimes help me with schoolwork. She was rather appalled when she saw just how bad my grades were.
"Don't your mom and dad say anything?"
"No, my mom's and dad says I don't need to study a word."
"We'll see about that, Missy. You need to work harder and spend less time with that Brad."
"What was she, my mom?" On the day of the prom, Dad asked me why I looked so excited. "I'm going to prom with the captain of the swim team, Dad."
"What? No, you can't date any boy. No daughter of mine is dating a jock and coming home pregnant."
"But Dad, it's just a dance."
"I said no. I'll be watching you."
And he wasn't kidding. He practically set up camp at the front door. As I was thinking about how to escape that evening, suddenly both my moms came into my room. "Your dad's being stupid. Every girl deserves to go to her prom."
"We're going to help you, sweetie."
Mom 2 gave me the cutest dress and great makeover. And then Mom 1 put her acting skills to good use. She went to the kitchen, let out a shrill scream, and pretended to faint. While Dad went running to her, I slipped out the door and ran off grinning. My moms were the best. When I walked into the hall, I instantly had boys swarming over and asking me to dance. "Thanks, but I'm here with Brad, guys."
"You're sure? I think he's here with someone else."
Just then, I caught sight of Brad with his arms around the cheerleading captain, and he was kissing her. I pulled them apart and demanded to know what was going on.
"What do you mean?"
"You're my boyfriend. Why is your face stuck to her face?"
I don't know. I mean, I don't like you."
"I'm sorry, what?"
"Yeah, I mean, you're cute and rich, and an actor's daughter, but I don't know. I like her better.
I was furious. Before I knew what I was doing, I grabbed a glass of punch and dumped the whole thing over his head. You horrible, horrible jerk! As I was busy pulling his hair, I heard Miss Maisel say, "What is the meaning of this, Laurel?" Immediately, I let him go and turned to her, angry tears streaming down my face. "What's wrong?" "Just back off! What are you, huh? My mom?" I rushed past her to the bathroom. I felt like such a fool. A minute later, Miss Maisel joined me. I looked at her and burst into tears as I told her everything. She told me I could do so much better than a dumb jock like Brad. Pretty boys can be a pain, really. Look for people who are kind. After a while, I stopped crying. She had a point. Suddenly, she reached into her bag and offered me a chocolate. "That's my favorite. Thanks, Mom." I gasped. Had I just called the principal Mom? Could I be any lamer? But to my surprise, Miss Maisel suddenly hugged me. "Think of me like your mom, always." "Miss M, I have two Oops! As I pulled away, my necklace got caught in hers, and then everything came crashing down. The necklace she was wearing was the other half of mine. What the? Why do you have that? Oh, Laurel. Wait, let me explain. Oh no, don't freaking touch me! You! It's you! You're my mom, aren't you? You lying, horrible woman! I hate you!" And with that, I ran home in complete shock. I'd seen her, my mother, and the two women who fought over me every single day had both been lying? As soon as I got home, I barged into Dad's room. "They are lying! They're both liars and gold diggers, Dad! I saw her, my mother! She has the other half of my necklace!" I told him everything, and both moms looked like they'd passed out. Dad looked furious.
I knew one of you was lying. That's why I let you stay in my house. But you were both lying?
They both burst into tears, telling me they loved me. I told them to save it and turned to Dad. "It doesn't matter anymore. You were right all those years ago. Mothers freaking suck. You're my only family, Dad." Just then, the maid announced Miss Maisel was here to see Dad. As she came in, I looked at Dad to see his reaction, and to my shock, he jumped up and hugged her. "What?" He said she was the sister of his dead college best friend. "Dad, it's her! She has the necklace! She's my mom!"
Impossible! We never dated!
"Of course we never dated, but you were with my sister for a while, and then you decided you guys were better off as friends, remember? Then she had Laurel, and after she passed away, our mom left Laurel at your door. Miss Maisel said after a while she'd come looking for me because she promised my real mom she'd look after me. But I thought telling Laurel would upset her, so I just kept a look from afar. That necklace was something I gifted your mom. That's why I had the second half." For a minute, Dad and I were stunned, unable to believe what we were hearing. My real mom was gone! I burst into tears. Suddenly, Dad, my two moms, and Miss Maisel hugged me, promising to be there for me forever.